All right, punters. Now that the Melbourne Cup week is over, time to take a look at the Australian size titles, see where everyone sits at the moment. We'll start off with the general size. Currently, Pride of Dubai heads the list. Important to remember when we look at Pride of Dubai, he's a very good side, but he does have a big outlier in the crop in the form of Bella Nipotina at 9.8 million. If you take Bella Nipotina out of the mix, the outlier, that puts the earnings at 4.2 million for 123 runners. If we compare that to Schnitzel, that's had a third more at 164, he's nearly doubled that 4.2. So he's nowhere near Schnitzel comparatively when you take Bella Nipotina out of the mix. And I'm only using Schnitzel as a reference. I could do the same with I'm Invincible, who's had basically nearly twice as many runners, and I will talk about I'm Invincible at the moment with that 7.3 million purse and his ability to be able to run down Zoo Star, who looks like he's every chance of knocking off I'm Invincible this year, but I'll get to that in a second. I just want to look more at a couple of horses that are relevant to this 123 runner mark. We look at horses like Hellbent, who's another hot young sire, 141 runners for 3.3. versus 123 when we take Bella Nipotina out for 4.2. So that tells us Pride of Dubai is doing pretty well if he's outperforming Hellbent. Got a lot of time for Hellbent. He's the heir apparent at Yarraman as the son of I'm Invincible. We know he nicks well. All right, let's look further at the first season size. Zoo Star making his mark. 239 runners, 9.6 million. Highest earner Growing Empire 2.7. When you look at the other highest earners in the top 6 or 7 or 10, he's pretty average. He's not a huge outlier. So I'm prepared to trust these stats. We know we can trust these stats. Zoostar's been climbing the general size list for the last 4 or 5 years. This may be his year that he actually knocks off I'm Invincible, the perennial winner. Let's look at a few others out of this. Extreme Choice, interesting. Yes, we know he's got the outlier Knight's Choice that won the Melbourne Cup, but he's a speed sire with limited runners that can get a good horse. He might finish top 20 still. Well, there's a good chance he'll finish top 20. If we look last year at the crop from last year, 2024, okay, in 2024, 10th was 11 million, 265 runners. If we go back to now, for leading size, sorry, bear with me, general size, yeah, Australia, yeah. If you look at 11 million to finish in the top 10 where Extreme Choice is now 6 million with 49 runners, probably going to get to 105 runners, you would think. Yeah, there's every chance that he could finish top 10. Maybe. He's definitely going to finish top 20. Okay, so that's the general size title, just having a quick look. Fastnet Rock having a flyer. That won't be sustained. Vice Sustained is an outlier. Will win more good races in the autumn if she comes back in the autumn. Yeah, generally the rest of the usual suspects. Interestingly, we'll take a look at the 3-year-olds next. Written Tycoon on top, thanks to Private Life. He's such a good 3-year-old sire, Written Tycoon. They train on. Can get a good 2-year-old, as we know. Slipper winners. Schnitzel second, Zoostar third. Too darn hot, holding his position in with his first 3-year-old crop. Castle Vecchio the same. Justify the same. It's his second crop, sorry, Justify. American Pharaoh. Yeah, geez, it really hits home how good our first season crop was last season. When you go back to 2024 and you look at the first season size in Australia, really hits home how many of them are in the 3-year-old race now at the end of the spring. Too darn hot. Alabama Express. Who else did we see there? Alabama Express. Castlevecchio that's made the move. Suzanne Stalking in 12th. Yeah, not to Sword in 19th. He's starting to prove he's really a 2-year-old side to Sword, isn't he? And may have got blessed with really speedy mares, the first mares he covered too, which is something that the stud would do with Tessort. Let's go and have a look at the second season size. Yeah, well, this is obvious. We've just done this. Also worth noting, yes, how negative we were on him first season. We knew he would train on with his 3-year-olds. He's shown that. Still yet to have a stakes winner this season. That's what he needs to stamp himself now. He needs a couple of them, honestly. And he will get them in the autumn, I have no doubt. 2-year-old size. Starting to take shape. Magic Millions, 8 weeks away. Don't forget Road to the Millions on the Drunk Punter. Farnan, first season sire, flying. Highly impressive, North England. I think he's a good horse on the make. Obvious to say, no hidden upside or merit in his form profile, but he'll keep progressing. Wooten Bassett, whatever he does as a 2-year-old, they'll be better as 3. So what, we've got 1, 2 first season sires, 3, 4 in the top 10 at the moment. That's usual for this time of year. We don't really need to look at the first season size, but we will because we've just looked at the top 4. As I said, Doutland in 5th. He's had a winner. I'm pretty confident this season's first crop isn't going to be as strong as last season's first crop. Long term, that's the horse out of both crops that you want to take notice of. Anyway, onwards, upwards. That's a quick look at the... Oh no, we need to do broodmare size, sorry. And he's well on his way to another title. Second in a row. How many will he win? 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, it's only going to be a real outlier of a superstar horse that wins 15 million in a year or something like that that's going to stop Fastnet Rock from winning the next 4 sire titles in a row. Alright, that's it. Broodmare sire title, general, first season, second season, 3-year-old done. Melbourne Cup Carnival's over. Let's get into Magic Millions and the Perth Summer Carnival. See ya.